Let's go. Let's charge and educate. And he was literally like, no. I saw this in React again. Bayesianism is not a substitute for personality. You know, when I was in grad school, psychology was just catching on to Bayesian ways to evaluate things. The advent of Bayes factors, the greater weight of effect size over p-value became a pretty big issue in psychology, all the way to a lot of folks in psychology saying p-value was no longer a requirement, but certain thresholds of effect size were. But yeah, I was at not the forefront. I was like a spectator to that. When you work in a field that a lot of things are judged with small sample size, and now that I work in a field where, like, you know, literally for a game show, we need, you know, tens of thousands of samples minimum. We no longer care about p-values, right? Or at least we don't have to. Like, effect size tends to be more important. So I remember, like, the first time I wrote this paper, when I sent this to my lab director at the time, all of the stats in the paper were all Bayes factors. He was like, what's a Bayes factor? I'm like, oh, well, in psychology and neuroscience, like, we're trying to move towards Bayes factors and, like, Bayesian understandings of our science, right? And he was like, okay, well, no reviewer is gonna like this. But this is like this is the forefront. This is where we need to go. Like, we should be the ones helping the field move forward past things like p-value and things that are like inefficiencies in how we calculate things in our research. And he was like, yeah, but you're talking about people who are like on the forefront. You're gonna get a random 3 reviewers and a random editor, and most likely they're not. I'm like, yeah, so let's educate. Let's go. Let's charge and educate. And he was literally like, no, like, you, the grad student at Utah State, in a place that hasn't published human neuroscience papers before, you're not going to be able to educate anyone on that. No one is going to be like, yes, you know what? I seen the light because Nick Wan, the grad student out of the speech language pathology lab, doing neuroscience research for his first time. Let's trust that dude. You win some and you lose some. All of that stuff got taken out, and then here you go. Tons of p-values. Bayesian's not a substitute for personality. At the time, it definitely was. That is true. At the end of it, that was not my personality. My personality was, how do I get out of Utah? My personality was, get me out of here.